Global living and travel often require the need to find good translation services for your important documents. After 13 years, I have almost been entirely able to avoid having any of my legal documents translated, and I've never had to get what is called an apostille for any of them. But at some point, if you live abroad, your day will come, and my day came a few weeks ago. In this video, we will look at the different types of ways to translate documents, what an apostille is, and hopefully be able to point you in the right direction to get all of these things done. Hey guys, I'm Josiah. On this channel, we are talking about global living, like life here in Germany. Hopefully today's video makes your life a little bit easier. If you find it helpful, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button, and also be sure to subscribe if you find content like this relevant and helpful to you. Before you search for a translator, you need to double check as to what type of translation you need. Depending on who you're translating your documents for and what documents you're translating is going to determine the type of service you're going to need. From my research, I found there are 3 categories of translation services that you will most readily come across here in Germany. The first one, we all know it, it's Google Translate or any online translation services. Really, these are super helpful in the day-to-day, but you should not be using them to translate important documents or even important letters or emails. You will actually need a person to do it for you. Number 2 is going to be your basic translation. This is a generic translation done by really any translator. It can be a professional translator, or it could also be a friend who has competent understanding in German and English or whatever language the document's coming in from. This type of translation is going to be great for anything that's not a legal document, something like a resume, cover letter, something like that, email. And if you go to a translation service, oftentimes they're going to charge you per word, or they'll charge you per page. And finally, the third type of translation is the certified or sworn translation. This type of translation is done by a professional translator who is certified by the German court system to translate documents into German. When they translate a document, it will always have their personal seal as well as their signature on the documents, verifying they were the ones to translate it. This is the type of service you're going to need for your legal documents. Maybe you're translating a driver's license into German. Maybe you have to submit documents for your residence permit to the Foreign Office. This is the service you will need. The average cost from the research that I've done is having a sworn translation is going to generally cost around 50 euros per page. So there you go. Those are the 3 most common types of translation services that you will need and you'll come across here in Germany. Sometimes government offices may ask for something that is not a translation of a document, but rather it's a way to verify a document. That's called an apostille. I don't know what the right way to say it is. Hey, correct me in the comments below. But an apostille is a means that government officials verify that the, say, marriage license or birth certificate that you're submitting is in fact legitimate. Sometimes a government office will ask for only a translation. Sometimes they'll ask for only the apostille. And depending on the languages that are involved, they may actually ask for you to do both. To obtain an apostille, you're going to need to start by doing some research, visiting the website of the government office that issued the document in question. The process is going to vary, so there is no universal guide as to how I can tell you to do it. Though if you're coming into trouble, there are services that you can hire to help you along through the process. If you're moving to Germany, one tip I will share is I've seen the most common document that a government office will want the apostille for is to come alongside a marriage license. So if you're planning to move to Germany and you're married, maybe look into already getting one for your marriage license before you come. You could do it in person. It might be easier in your case. Or you could try to reach out to the foreign office that you will be applying with and see if that's part of the requirements they will ask for you. And you can maybe try to get ahead of it and doing it before you move to Germany. I would love to hear in the comments below, have you ever had to get an apostille for one of your legal documents? What document did you have to get one for? Share your experience with the rest of us. Hey, it would be super helpful. And now that you know what an apostille is and you have an overview of the various types of translation services that are available here in Germany, how do you actually go about getting your documents translated? The process of finding a translation service is actually super easy. In today's startup world, there are a variety of online services that will help with your translation needs. There's even one across the street from where I live you can walk into, but I did mine online. The project, I needed 3 documents, and so I spent some time on Google reaching out to different companies, getting quotes from them. The prices were generally similar across the board. In the end of the day, I chose the cheapest option, but also the option that would for free send me a paper copy in the mail. Not all of them will do that for you, or you need to pay extra for. I will throw some links in the description below as to some of the services I found, the ones who gave me good prices. And lastly, if you have any questions, please leave them down there in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer them. And whatever comes your way, if you need to get an apostille or you need to have documents translated, don't worry, you can do it. It's not as big of a headache as it may seem. I hope today's video helps you along your journey and whatever may come. If today's video has been helpful, be sure to hit that like button and of course, subscribe. We'll see you next time.